Right, so hi everyone, this is Traveling Ted, and I just wanted to try a new idea where I talk about my favourite scene from one of my favourite movies. Everybody has their own list of favourite movies. My list is not the same as everybody else's, but that's okay. And also, some of what I talk about, other people have already talked about. So I do not claim ownership. I just want to talk about it because sometimes when you see a movie, it takes another person to point out something, and then you're like, wow, oh my god, I understand, I get it. So I just wanted to share with you, and if you want to comment, please comment. If I've got something wrong, please tell me. Or if, like whatever, but hey, just to see what's going on. So, this movie is Inglourious Basterds, and this is a scene. Okay, I guess most of you know the story, but very, very quickly, it's about a girl, Shoshana, who is Jewish, and she has a lucky escape at the beginning of the film. She's not executed like the rest of her family, but the German guy, who is the person who's trying to catch all the Jews in France, Hans Lander, by coincidence, accidentally meets up with her. And this scene is brilliant because you're thinking, as soon as he sees her, does he know? And then Quentin Tarantino, the director, kind of gives us little like teasers. Like, wait a minute, hold on, does he know? Because he just did something. So this is what I want to talk about very, very quickly. And very quickly because I'm going to do it while the scene is going on. So I've turned the volume down. So it's just the English subtitles, but hopefully you can see by the expression. So, here we go. So, this is Goebbels, this is Shoshana, she's the owner of the cinema, and this is Hans Lander. And they met, or did not meet, at the very beginning of the film, where he executes her family. You can see by the look on her face, she knows who he is. And she's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And here she is now, beginning of the film. And that's her running away from Hans Lander. So, basically, they are going to show a German propaganda film in her cinema. And Hans Lander is the head of security. And he just wants to ask her some questions about the security. Now, the thing is, you have to say to yourself, does he ever know? And if he does, at what point does he know? And you can just tell by the facial expression. So, she's looking up at him like, oh my gosh, you can imagine. Does he know? Does he know? And then Hans Lander, throughout the movie, the character is so multi-leveled, multifaceted, that he's like, you don't know whether he's being serious or teasing or having fun, because he just swaps. He just very, very quickly goes from one to the other. So now, he's happy. He's introducing himself. Hey, how are you? Let's have the strudel and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, she knows, but does he know? And this is a clue, because he asks for a strudel, then he asks for a drink, he'll have a coffee, and he says that she will have milk. And you're thinking, okay, milk. But her family was hiding in a dairy farm. And at the beginning of the movie, he made a big thing about having milk to drink, while she and her family were hiding underneath the house. So it's kind of like a clue there. Does he know already? And he's teasing her. Have a glass of milk. You remember? Long time ago, the milk, the dairy farm, all that kind of stuff. And then, this is the next thing. The dessert. And he says, wait, we forgot la crème. La crème. Cream. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not very good on this, but in Jewish culture, food culture, cream has to be kosher. So it's almost like a test, right? He knows Jewish people will not eat cream unless it's kosher. So it's almost like there's a big emphasis on the cream. Is she going to eat it? And it's just a test from him. And he's like, oh, go on, after you. And it's like, you can see Quentin Tarantino is making a big thing on the cream. Will she eat it? She's eating it. She's like, oh my gosh. And he's looking at her and he's like, well, what do you think? Verdict, what do you think? And it's like, my gosh. And by this time, you as the audience, you're like, this is just insane. And there's a musical build-up. I've turned the volume down. There's just this background music. And it really puts the hairs on you. Because you're thinking, any minute now, he is going to say, I know who you are. I know who you are. But, on the other hand, maybe he does know, but he's just teasing her. And maybe he will, shall I say, arrest her after the big event. Because all of this is the lead up to a big German propaganda movie event at her cinema. Everybody's going to be there, the whole thing. Everybody's excited about it. The Germans are excited. And maybe he thinks, you know what? I know who she is. She's not going anywhere. So I will arrest her after the movie night. So, you can see he's just casual, taking it easy and everything like that. And just talking to her. And I think possibly another minute or so. So he's talking to her now about the actual night, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. This is like the kind of German control. It's her cinema, but he's telling her how it's going to happen, like just normal. You will do this, you will do that. It meets with your approval. Acceptable? And she's, yeah, of course. Knowing that she has no choice in this whatsoever. And then we're coming to the end now. And at the very end, he's smiling and everything. And then suddenly, bam! Serious. I have one more question to ask you. And you're like, oh my gosh. And there's a silence. And his face is serious. It's serious. And you're thinking, oh my gosh. And she's like, look, the suspense is just unbelievable. And then, boom, changes character, and maybe it wasn't important. I cannot think what it is. Okay, goodbye. And he leaves, and she is... Quentin Tarantino, you know how to put a scene together. Brilliant.